Hey, how you doing? This is Shondelle, aka Coach, aka your transformologist, with another hopefully educational video for you today. In my last video, I spoke about supplements, and I mentioned that my next video I'd be talking about sleep. And this is not that video. And the reason I'm having such a hard time with the sleep video is because I tend to do these videos in the middle of the day, and I'm usually here at home alone, and I don't have anyone to record that video for me. And that video, because of the setting and the kind of things I have to do to say the things I want to say, I need someone to record for me. So I do intend to get that sleep video done this weekend, but I didn't want to leave you hanging for too long. So today I want to talk about something that is a huge problem for a lot of people. And I would even venture to say it's probably the biggest problem that most people face when it comes to nutrition. And that is the S word. Sugar. Sugar. Today I want to talk to you about sugar. All right? So what we know about sugar, and I researched a bunch of statistics and how much sugar we consume a year, which I've read as high as 152 pounds in a year. Some say, 67 pounds. Whatever it is, it's a lot. The average American right now consumes about 17 teaspoons of sugar a day. All right? And we know that sugar is highly addictive, right? I mean, so many people have a hard time not consuming sugar, right? Especially if you have a sweet tooth, you tend to be one of those people that always need sugar at some point in your day, perhaps multiple times in your day. And the reason is because sugar triggers two chemicals or hormones in your body that will encourage the addiction. One is insulin, which you've heard. It's released from the pancreas, right? Insulin is a hormone and its job is to take sugar out of the blood into the cells. So let's say you drink an Arizona mango, mucho mango juice cocktail. I drink this, which is predominantly sugar. My body is going to release insulin to get that sugar out of my blood into my cells. And the consequence of that is then I have residual lower blood sugar, right? So now it sends a signal to my brain saying blood sugar is low. That's what the crash and burn is, right? After you consume a lot of sugar and then you want more, it sends a signal to the brain that blood sugar is low to eat more sugar, right? So there's a physiological reason why you crave more. Sugar also triggers the part of our brain, the release of dopamine, which is a chemical, a neurotransmitter in our brain that is tied to addiction. All right, so we got insulin jumping off and we got dopamine jumping off. And the more sugar, the more of those two things we have. And so that's why we get into this vicious sugar cycle that seems impossible to break. Okay, why don't we want to consume sugar? Because it's bad. There's just nothing good about sugar outside of the temporary pleasure that it provides. And I do want to mention that there is a difference, but there is good sugar or better sugar and not good sugar. So there's naturally occurring sugar. That's going to be your sugar found in fruit, right? Like apples and bananas and peaches and berries. Those are naturally occurring sugars, right? We also have sugar in milk, right? Lactase or lactose, right? That's milk sugar. Those are naturally occurring. That's why oftentimes when you read labels and you look at the sugar, you'll see the amount of sugar and then you'll see the amount of added sugar, okay? Added sugar is what we want to pay particular attention to. So sugar causes, it's inflammation in the body. Inflammation in the body contributes to many, probably most of the chronic diseases that we see nowadays. Diabetes, heart disease, high cholesterol, just everything that we don't want to be going on in our body. If we consume a lot of sugar, it's going to make it that much worse. Okay, so especially if your goal is to transform your body, you do not want to consume a lot of sugar. So I bought these drinks, few drinks, just to show you how much sugar is in these drinks. And a lot of people tend not to equate what they drink with their calorie consumption. All right, and I'm not even talking calories here, I'm just talking sugar. All right, so let's look at good old Gatorade, right? My son plays basketball. His team, they drink a lot of these. And it drives me absolutely insane because I know that this is just sugar and it's all bad. It's sugar and water and that's it. And there are many other ways to get proper hydration. But this has 21 grams of sugar. 21 grams of sugar in one serving. You always got to look at the serving size. 12 fluid ounces. This has 2.5 servings. Easy for these boys to drink one of these in a game, if not more, right? So they've consumed over 50 grams of sugar. Now, how much is that? 1 teaspoon of sugar is the equivalent of 4 grams, okay? So we got 4, we got 8, we got 12, we got 16, we got 20, and a little more, 21. This is 1 serving of Gatorade, but mind you, they're not consuming 1 serving, correct? So you're gonna, I could double this and perhaps even quadruple this, the amount of sugar that these boys are consuming in 32 minutes of play. Not necessary. Crash and burn, okay? Now, that's Gatorade, which is supposed to be a healthy, sport conscious beverage. Let's look at vitamin water, right? Which a lot of people who don't like water think this is a better alternative. 27 grams of sugar. That's more than a serving of the Gatorade. So I have 21 in here. Let's add a little more. That's about 25, 27. This is, serving size is 1 bottle. So you got about that going on in your vitamin water. Still a good amount of sugar. All right. I'm not going to do this for each one because the video will be too long. This has 25 grams. What about good old lemonade? All right. Simply lemonade. You think that's a refreshing, can't be so as bad as a Coke or something. 40 grams of sugar. 40 grams, 39 added sugar. So there's 1 gram that's coming from the lemon, the little bit of lemon that they use in the lemonade. All right, here's a big one. Good old Coca-Cola soda, and I could replace this with any soda. It would be irrelevant. If you had to guess how many grams of sugar, how much would you guess? All right, serving size, 1 bottle. In 1 bottle, we have 65 grams of sugar. 65 grams. So here, let's just say we got about 25 in, let's say just for easy calculation, 26 in here now. We got 30, we got 34, 38, 42, 46, still going, 50, 54, 58, 62, 66, and a little less, 69. Look how much sugar. 1 bottle of Coke. How many people consume multiple of these in a day? Okay, so, and this is just from drinking soda, right? This is not sugar from other sources of food and drink intake. Okay, what about Diet Cokes? Artificial sweeteners. They're bad too. And the reason they're bad is because 1, they're chemicals. So your body doesn't even recognize it as a real substance, doesn't know what to do with it. 2, it tricks your body into thinking that sugar's coming in. There are studies that show that there's still a release of insulin. People who drink Diet Coke are no better health or shape or, physique wise, they're not in any better of a state than people who drink regular Coke, okay? Artificial sweeteners, no bueno, all right? Stevia, you have some natural sweeteners, stevia, honey, things of that nature. A little bit more nutrients, not significantly more, but also they don't spike, stevia in particular isn't gonna spike blood sugar as much, right? So when you have something that's processed, like you eat a donut, right? Your body digests that donut and breaks it into sugar immediately. But when you have foods that are more complex, like a sweet potato or brown rice, things of this nature, still breaks down into sugar, but the fiber content of the food slows how fast it breaks down. So you're not getting these rapid, like drastic, sudden spikes of insulin. Okay? So my point is, you are going to consume sugar, right? But you want them to be natural sources of sugar that coming from fruit and good complex carbohydrates, not from the beverages you drink. Look at this, Red Bull, 27 grams of sugar. Okay, that's the same as 1 serving of Gatorade. I know people who consume 3-4 of these, and even the monster sized ones. Tons of sugar. So if you're drinking a lot of these drinks and you're wondering why, no matter how hard you exercise and no matter how clean you eat, you can't lose that roll around the midsection, this could be one of the main reasons why. And it's not just the foods we eat, but I bought this just as an example. This is some barbecue sauce. And this has 2 tablespoons as a serving. And in 2 tablespoons, 16 grams of sugar. So if you're making some chicken and you're pouring this bad boy on there, right? You're using a whole bottle. So you've got, not even gonna do the math, but a lot of sugar. And the worst part is the main ingredient, the number 1 ingredient. When you look at the food label, the first ingredient you see is the most predominant in that item. So the most predominant ingredient in this barbecue sauce is high fructose corn syrup, which is sugar. There's over 57 names of sugar. So just because you don't see sugar, you may see molasses, you may see brown rice syrup, any kind of syrup, anything ending in the OSCs or the OLs, maltitol, dextrose, blah, 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 it's sugar. All right, so my takeaway is this. We can't eliminate sugar from our diets, right? I mean, you can, but life would be not so fun, right? If you want to have a donut every once in a while, every Sunday morning, it's a family ritual to go out and get, we have a place here called Dandy Donuts, delicious. Have a donut. But if you are consuming any of these drinks multiple times in a day, on top of buying food products that contain high amounts of high fructose corn syrup and other sugar sources, or you're consuming a lot of baked goods and things of that nature on a regular basis, then that is not only affecting your health over time, but it's also going to affect your physique, right? You're never going to get the body that you truly desire and deserve to have drinking these sorts of drinks and consuming lots of sugar. So this video is way longer than I anticipated it being. So what do you do to break the habit? I always tell my clients, I'm not a cold turkey kind of person. Some people are. If you can go cold turkey for 7-14 days, go for it. Okay? It's an addiction. You got to break it, right? It's like telling the heroin addict, Monday through Wednesday, no heroin. Thursday, you can have a little bit, right? Doesn't work like that. Okay? However, heroin's a little, obviously not quite the same, but you get my point. Something like Coke, if you're drinking 2 or 3 these a day, can you drop it down to 1 a day? If you're having a 2-liter, one of those 2 liters, you buy it on the weekend and by midweek it's gone. Can we try to not have it gone until the weekend, till the following weekend? So gradually decreasing amount of sugar, but the first step starts with awareness, starts with consciousness, starts with knowing, looking at food labels and seeing exactly how much sugar you're consuming. Because when you look at this and you think about drinking this, I guarantee you that you'll pause. You'll pause. And perhaps even if you continue to drink it, you won't drink another one. All right, or maybe you'll just take a few sips. All right, so that's my video for today. Hope that helped. We all know that sugar isn't good, but I think we don't really grasp how much of it is in the food that we consume. And the food industry knows that we're addicted to it, and they know that the more they put in our foods without us being aware of it, right, the more we will consume, the more money we will spend, the bigger their pockets will get. All right, so let's say less sugar than not no sugar, but less sugar. All right, hope this was helpful. Next video, I promise you, will be my sleep video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.